Hello everybody, this is Ellison Cruz welcoming you to the third episode of the Misadventures of our intrepid Mr. PB Winterbottom. Here we're going to get started on the third level, which is Dangerously Delicious. And here I'm not going to make any guarantees, but there are going to be a couple of do-overs, because these last three are pretty tough, and this one, Flame On Sweet Prince, is quite possibly the hardest level in this entire game, in my opinion. It's really kind of hard. It's like simple, but it's just like one of those things you have to get just right, just like most of the ones after all these. So let's get started. So Bacon, oh, that's the loading screen. He's getting seduced by that pie. So Winter Pants fell through the time-bending haze until landing at last in a ripe, roaring blaze. A familiar fire caused by PB's own flare, but what was that succulent scent on the air? So if you remember in the very first episode, we kind of knocked over this torch, and lo and behold, kind of screwed over the bakery, destroyed the economy of, 1920s England or whatever. But here we got pies, nothing new. Oh, but then we see our Mr. Oogie Boogie Pie Man getting all pissed off. He's like, I'm mad. And wait a second, this isn't Yoshi's Island. You're not allowed to do that. So here, when you see blue pies, only clones can interact with blue objects. It's not only blue pies, it's blue objects. And that becomes pretty vital late in the game, which we're already almost at. And here, it just means that we can't pick up the pies, only clones can. But this is fairly simple, so what we're going to want to do here is climb over here. And you want to stand here for about 3 seconds or so, and then run over here, grab this one, and then float on over to this one, and then grab this one, and then you're good. So we're just going to wait for him to go and grab it. And remember, when you kill a clone, you won't be able to spawn back doing everything you made him do, so there we go. So if you had done that first, you would have had to redo it, but these aren't timed at all, so we're still good on that. Now with Bakersburg scented by crisping baked dishes, the townsfolk grew hungry, for the smoke smelled delicious. Those are very nice rhymes. Now this one's pretty simple. What we have to do is each one of these levers, or these switches, will bring up a certain point of these, and you have to put them up in the correct order in order to get past. Now you need a clone to get across, so that's what we're going to wait for, and you're going to want to get one of these over here, and then just put a clone like at the end just to be safe. So we're going to grab this one, and then like this first one to lift the middle one, and then the middle one will lift the right one. And then the switch on the right will douse the fire, so we're going to be good on that. Alright, and what? There we go. And then he's going to die, Oh, he didn't die. Weird. I was doing pretty late. At the pie-scented orphanage, nuns stood alert as the brats flung their oatmeal and screamed for dessert. God. So this reminds me of Mount St. Helens, except, I wasn't around in 1980. It's just how all this smoking stuff would suck. Here is similar to what we did. Now what we're going to want to do here is you're going to want to have a clone punch this, because that is going to activate the switch. If you remember in the very first episode, this is where we're going to have to start activating springs like this. When we step on this thing, it's going to bring those up and down, so that's pretty simple. And so what we're going to... Oh crap, no, we don't want to do that. We want to do this first, actually. We want to just put a clone right there, and then whoop-bam. And even though it says that there's only one pie there, another's going to appear. It's going to be an asshole and just appear there, so... Ugh. So now that we've grabbed that, yay! But wait, there's that one. Now we can't grab that one with the clone, because as you saw, when we sprung our PB clone, he was all disorientated and he wouldn't be able to jump, and it'd have to be incredibly well-timed jumps in order to get that. I mean, this isn't Mario or anything, so it's pretty much impossible. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to... Oops, no, wait. Alright, you want to give this at least 3 seconds before you punch it, and then we'll bam, and then we're going to go here. I'd say wait about there, and then stand off for a second, and then go back on, and we're good. Oops! Oh crap, that might have been way too early. Might have stepped off that a little too early, because right here, we're actually going to control it. So that's, fortunately, we're actually able to run through quite fast, so let's be quick about it. There, okay, see. So yeah, that last one is not too bad. Still got a little room for error. Firemen nodded their hoses, gone mad from the scent, while PB sought the source through the unknown point. God, it's like a basilisk is like killing their asses, but it's like a hose. They're like, I don't even know what the hell's going on, you guys. Alright, this one's easy. Harding's ghost. It's quite smoky in here. Oh well, pies! It's like me, so just put a clone right there. And when you get off the switch, this fire is all going to appear, so you're going to want to be careful for that. But what you're going to want to do is start recording right here, punch, and then make sure before you let go that you stand back on the switch. Otherwise, you're going to be screwed. Just so that when your clone appears, the fire won't instantly come back up. So PB sprang from the oven, took shit from his God, before his mustache numbered tartlets arose. Yes, he shook shit from his shoes, and he's like, look how weird he's grabbing his ass. It's like it's like, never mind. Alright, now, here we get into the timed ones, which is annoying, but these ones are pretty simple. This early one, actually, so just do what you normally do, and then head over here. Now, you'll see that fifth one. You're going to want to stand roughly right here, and right when he grabs that fourth pie, make a clone and then punch him into that. So it's like, ow, my rear tushy. As the baker sips tears from his sideburns, he spies a small man climbing upwards through ash-coated skies. That must seem very peculiar. Why is he, like, licking his fingers? He's, like, tasting his tears. He's like, I love the taste of your salty tears. Kind of reminds me of that episode of South Park when he, like, when that, I think his name was Gary, he, like, got all pissed off at him for selling him pubic hair. Basically, you just want to go back and forth, and here you have to kill 6 clones. So you just want to make sure you time it right after the fire goes out to grab that. So we're good there. Nice. So PB's potbelly grumbled as his clones ate their fill, and the scent left him starving as bakery smells will. So yeah, it's kind of interesting concept art right there. Alright, but he wasn't alone, for below in the streets, little Percy was also quite desperate for sweets. What is Percy doing here? Sometimes I like to think that Percy is like the early incarnation of PB Winterbottom. Just like, you know, how he got all intrinsic with the timeline and stuff. This is just Percy's PB Winterbottom as a child, and I have no idea. Now, this one is a doozy. I think this one's the 7th level, but here we're going to go ahead and jump a few times right here. And then once that's done, we can go ahead and step on this. Now, bring him back, and then you're going to want to... Okay, now stand here for about 3 seconds or so, or a little bit longer, and then come over here, and then jump a couple times right here, at least 3 times. Now, when he's spawned right there, run across as fast as you can. Now, wait here. You won't be able to do this, or you might be able to if you wanted to, but what we're going to want to do is when he spawns back up, you're going to go across like this, and then let go, and then he should be... Oh, no! Oh, I did it way too early. You're supposed to wait until after... Okay, yeah, I done goofed you guys, so gonna get back up there. So, okay, so let's wait a couple seconds here. So, see, I already screwed up. This is actually my first screw up. Kind of surprised that. But yeah, you want to make sure you keep recording after you get across. I forgot about that. So, hurry, old bean! The flames are blackening those pie crusts, even though they're like invisible. Alright, now just keep on recording and then go back up. Oh god, I almost died. Oh my god. Alright, let's try this again with feeling. Alright, so over here now he's gonna jump down. God, I can't believe this isn't the one that gives me trouble, I swear to god. So right when you're here, just go ahead and start him over, and then right there, he's gonna go across. And voila, we're good. See, that one's easy though. I mean, it's not that hard. I just screwed up a couple jumps. Our hero rose higher, the flames leaped and danced, as Percy, quite starving, took to eating his pants. Yes, that must be a very pleasant thing to do, and his shorts have, like, clocks on them, which is very strange. I don't know anybody who wears clockly, you know, trousers. Now, this one's kind of interesting. So you want to make sure you stand right here at first, and jump over here, take your clone back. Now, you see those 3, you want to start right over here, and then go and jump right there, and then make sure you jump right over there. You don't float across. So that when you go across, you're going to have to step on his head and then jump over back here. Now, right after he grabs 3, you're going to want to push him when he's in mid-jump, and voila, we made it! And usually you're supposed to throw him into the fire, but I actually got a really good punch on that. So, towards the heart of the furnace, Sir Bottom made haste. If that fire can't be doused, all those sweets go to waste. So, very cool. Now, this is hard. This is the hardest one. You know... If it wasn't for a raging inferno, this factory would actually be quite pleasant. If not, incredibly dangerous. Jesus. Okay, so anyway, now what you're going to want to do, now this is going to be hard to kind of explain. So basically, we have to step on this and make a clone over here, but we have to punch him in midair right at that 3. And then after that, it's actually kind of simple, but this one is the only one I had to look up how to do. So what we're going to want to do, jump over here, wait a couple seconds, and then punch, and then there. Right when he jumps, you're going to want to start your new clone, and then wait right here at the 3. Oh, damn it. Yeah, see, I floated too soon there, or I punched too early. But basically, just jump here, wait a couple seconds, and then punch, and then you're good. So, alright, so right here, come on. There we go. And make sure, oh crap. Alright, make sure that you get rid of your recording right after. Oh crap, that was way too. Yeah, I was floating way too long there. But make sure you you don't take the recording into the fire, or else it's gonna kill your clone, and you can't have that. So let's try this again. So what we're gonna want to do is this with bam. All right, so there we go. And then now we have to die. All right, now head off to the left, and now that's gonna loop infinitely. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, and 4 taken care of. I hope. Okay, there. And then go over here, and then right when you grab that last one, start that, and then voila, we did it! Yes, after only 2 retries, we got it. God, that one is tough. Oh, there's some other kind of tricky ones, but that one just always has been the hardest for me. So, with the fire still smoldering, a little man spied the pie locker with sweet unburnt tarts inside. God, I'm totally screwing up my reading. It's like almost 5 in the morning. Alright, so here, basically stand on that. Now, what you want to do is you see this black pillar right here. You want to stand roughly right, about right here. Wait there a second, and then go over here, and then start collecting down here, and then go across over here until you get to 8, and then re-go. Now, you actually have to kill yourself to get back up there in time. So, just make sure you do that. And after we grab number 8, we can step off and then punch him over to 9, 10, and 11. Yes, we got it! And that is the final level for level 3. So, yeah, we beat you, and it's kind of ironic that the pie would be wearing a chef hat. Now I have to grab all these pies, all these delicious pies, and I'm really surprised we haven't killed 50 clones yet. Should be getting close, but... yeah, the fire was out to the townsfolk's delight, but their savior ignored them. There was pie in his sight! Yes, what a vigilante. So completed the dangerously delicious movie level. So that is the 3rd level out of 5. So there was pie in his sight. Look at him, he takes like a bow, he's like, I love my pie. As their hunger subsided, he whisked off once more to his 4th misadventure, for those keeping score. So there he is, getting sucked into oblivion. He's getting sucked into a supermassive black hole. Now that that's done, we actually go to the 4th/penultimate level, and of course we get these ones all unlocked. So here we have spelunking for sweets, and the new kind of, I hate saying gimmick, I can't, like the new kind of, I don't know, mechanic, I should say, in this, is we had, clone objects, you know, blue objects that only clones can pick up. Now we have red clones, aka evil clones. So we have evil Winterbottoms, and we'll get into that in the next episode. It's kind of complex, but it's still fairly simple. But yes, spelunking for sweets, we're gonna go in the sewers and pick up pies we find down there. Yes, that must be very sanitary, but PB doesn't care. He doesn't give a fuck. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you guys later.